That just sounds crazy. What's up guys, so I'll let you in on a secret about how to make glitchy IDM sounds. It's mostly from buffer manipulation, which just means it's sort of like you're taking little slices of the sound and repeating them and playing them back in different orders. And you don't have to know programming or do anything too complicated to create this effect. You can actually use a variety of programs, even something like Final Cut Pro, which I'll show you how to do. And it's just a fun experimental way to make some sounds. So here is an example of what we can create. These were all taken from a sample pack that I released a while back using this exact method, and we're about to make another one in the same way. And a lot of this is inspired by one of my favorite IDM artists, Valence Drake. It's really beautiful ambient soundscapes mixed with these glitchy sounds. They sound like almost like MP3 artifacts or like compression. I don't know. They sound like they're taken from some sort of decayed digital medium. You can give it a listen here. I hope you liked that little demo. Let's just jump into it. This is bdj. It's a program that I built for improvising electronic music. It looks like code, but it's actually very simple to use. You don't have to use bdj, you can use any DAW for this step. But this step is just basically about creating a whole bunch of layers and complex textures with effects and cool harmonies, and then we're going to throw that into Final Cut and do the glitchy part. So this part, you don't have to be too precise, you just need to gather a bunch of material basically. And bdj is a really easy way to do that, so if you want to download it, you can grab it at bdj.app.com right here. We're going to load up some textures using this precision splitter command. So I have this pad here, which is cool. And let me just get up some more textures. A lot of that was too much, so I deleted it. We just want like a mix of different timbres. So I'm even going to use a gate effect on this pad to give it more silent parts. And then I might, just to fill out the spectrum more, I might duplicate track 4 and drop the octave down 1. So we're going to get some lower pitch sounds. I'm going to apply some more gate effects on these. Let's do 2 and 3. So the gate is just like a rhythmic gate, but I'm using this fall method, which spaces the gates out farther and farther as it goes over time. And then let's add just some random percussion in there. So we just need a little bit of percussion, kind of some spaced out percussive noises. So that way we can get a mix of ambient stuff, texture stuff, and use this all continue command, which basically duplicates all of them and puts them onto a different track and moves them forward. So this is going to allow me to make changes to every single track to create more diversity. So I'm just going to run this melp command, which will change the melody of each one, randomly reverse some of them. Now let's add some effects so we can get some background reverb and things like that. So I'm just going to create a effects rack 1 with reverb. I'm going to apply about 20% of the sounds to that reverb, so we get a mix. And then I'm going to do all continue one more time, bust out all those tracks into another track, and I'm gonna just apply some random effects to a random subset of the tracks. So I'm doing 1R, which basically means like 11%. It's like 1/9 probability of selecting one of the tracks. And I'm going to do a modifier. If I pass backticks, it's going to do a random effect. So it might be like a bit crusher or a high pass or like some sort of interesting effect. 1% of the tracks onto rack 2, and then apply random effects to that effects rack. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So we have some sort of chorus flanger combo on there that sounds really weird. And now I'm just going to record all of this, and while it's recording, I'm going to pan the sounds around and maybe play around with the pitches in real time. So I'll do record start, play. Now I'm going to pan around the sounds randomly. And I'll change the pitches a little bit of some of them. So let's change some of the pitches to go up over one phrase. Go up more maybe. Alright, so here's a quick optional step before we jump into Final Cut. You can use Ffmpeg to boost the levels of your audio, and it's going to boost the volume up. You can also just do basic normalization in your DAW where you max out the levels. It's not that important, but it can help to kind of hear the sounds better when we're inside Final Cut. So let me run this command. And now I have a WAV file that is louder. And let me open up Final Cut. And I'll drag in my MudPy. I think people call this a MudPy. It's like a bunch of sounds recorded, crazy textures and things that you can then drop into various projects and make glitchy IDM out of. So first thing you want to do inside Final Cut is go to this View menu and make sure you have skimming and audio skimming turned on. And then we can start. So let's see how this sounds. I'm just going to drag the cursor across the audio and see what happens. Oh yeah, that sounds really cool. It especially sounds cool now that I've normalized it and maxed out the volume, because I tried this earlier and it was a bit too quiet. So another technique you can use is to go up here and change the speed of the clip. So if we go click the clip and then click up on this little timer thing and change the speed to, I don't know, really something drastic like 10%, we can get some deeper sounds. And the way that I capture these sounds is just by recording in OBS. So I'm just screen recording this as a video, and I'll just extract it from the video later. Another thing you can do is speed it up, right? So we could go up to 20x. Okay, so we have our recording of our audio, and now the final step is to turn it into one-shots. And the way I like to do that is, first I'm going to convert my video to audio. So I have Ffmpeg opened up here again. I'm on my desktop and I'm converting mudfinal.mp4 to mudfinal.wav. That's done. Now I'm going to open bdj again. And bdj has this cool command you can use to create one-shots. And it's actually a pro command, so if you don't have bdj Pro, you can't use it, but you could upgrade. It's like $3 for the first 3 months, so it's really affordable. What I'm going to do is just run shots. I'm just going to copy the file path from my waveform. So I hold down Option and click Copy as Path Name. And then I'm going to paste that in here. And we just need to do a volume trigger threshold. We'll try the defaults and see how it goes. Let's see what we got. Oh, that looks pretty good. 78 one-shots. Let's give them a listen. Wow, that one's cool. Great, so that's the whole process. Now we have these one-shots and we can drop these into our bdj sample library and start messing around with them. I guess I could show a little demo of how that works real quick. So what I could do is copy this path name, and if I go to bdj and type source and then paste in this path, now it just loaded in all my samples that I just created, and I can just start to load in random sounds and start to sort of resequence them if I want it. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you want to help support this channel, you can purchase the sample pack for $14.99. It has 430 sounds, some from this experiment and some from past experiments. I'll put a link to it in the description.